What's up, boys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're doing well. You are listening to Just My 2 Cents. It is Monday. It is the end of August. It is August 28th, 2023. We're on the back half of a wild year. Today, I'm going to be recapping UFC Singapore and also previewing UFC Bali. So that's what this stream is going to be about. Sup? Sup? What up, boy? What are you doing? Yeah, you heard right. You heard right, Born a Bear. You repent for your sins. You repent first. What's going on, fellas? How we doing this afternoon, boys? Before I go any further, see, somebody's ears were burning. Subscribe to that dude. That dude right there. Check out the show last Wednesday. It was a good one. Going to be another good one this Wednesday. Don't miss it. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's the LFA Whisperer. Shout out to him. It was a good show Wednesday. Also Thursday, I was welcomed back onto the MMA Locker Room Talk podcast. Make sure y'all check that out where you can listen to podcasts. It's a good time with those boys. Shout out to the boys at Pub. Today, gentlemen, we're going to be recapping UFC Singapore first and foremost. I'm going to tell you what I thought about the fights, tell you how I did with my picks and my bets. Got a bit to say about this card, the main event in particular. And then we can preview a little bit of UFC Paris, talk some shit. I really don't know how long of a stream this is going to be. I'm thinking maybe 2 hours. Telling you, dude. Try to tell y'all boys every week. Aaron the dog been killing the fucking game. I haven't been doing too bad myself recently. Hey, at least you got a t-shirt, dude. At least you live to tell the tale, Born a Bear. There's worse things in life. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, since Born a Bear is already saying it, dude, I guess I might as well, for anybody that's new, recognize where you are. Recognize who you're listening to. And just understand this stream is for entertainment purposes only. It's not gambling or financial advice. Tailor your own risk. Bet responsibly. Call that number right there if you cannot. But yeah. Well, fuck. Damn it. This is R2D2. Since 2D2. We are live, boys. We are, in fact, live. International. Live and international, gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, Moise, you're just in time for UFC Singapore. Let's just get right into it. Going from the bottom of the top to the card of the... Jesus Christ. Going from the bottom to the top of the card. Overall, I thought the event was pretty good. The Singapore crowd was more lively than I originally expected. I didn't know how they would, how aggressive they'd be and how excited they'd be for all the fights, but they were pumped, man. And yeah, they showed their appreciation for sure for the fights. Overall, the card itself, kind of like last week, I'll give it a B. It wasn't too bad. Not all the fights went the way I thought they would, but there were some good finishes, some good performances. Some of the fights went fucking exactly how I thought they'd go. So overall, yeah, considering it wasn't like a crazy like name value card, overall, B. Not bad. I've seen worse. I guess one of the most noteworthy things about it was the fact that I had to get up at the fucking butt crack of dawn to watch it. That was a new thing for us. I'm sure Jack and Moyes were fucking snickering about that one. Yeah. How's it feel, motherfuckers? You taste your own medicine. Oh yeah, it's no big deal. If you're a hardcore, you'll watch the fights no matter what. It's like, yeah, feel you now, boys. Definitely feel you on that one now. Having to do that every week, dude. Lord have mercy. Kind of wild, but it was cool. Little, change of pace. Get up at the Jocko Willing hour. No free dopamine. 4:30. Wake up. Start your day. So yeah, anyways, not a bad card. Let's talk about it. First fight. This one, actually, dude, this wasn't a bad fight at all. Pretty entertaining to kick off the card. One of the better fights of the night. It went back and forth. In the end, it kind of went how I thought it would, but very entertaining to kick it off. Sungwoo Choi puts hands on Jarno Aarons. Jarno Aarons clipped him with an uppercut in the second round and dropped Choi. So it was 1-1 going into the third. Choi got the better of it in the third. Good fight, though. I picked Sungwoo Choi. I didn't bet it. I guess you could say Choi lived up to his line, I guess. I don't know. Good fight, though. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Aaron's is like entertaining. I can say that. Choi's entertaining. Made for a pretty good scrap. I don't have any like hot takes. What's up, player? I know, dude, making me jealous. Euro Trash thinks he can grapple again. What's up, homie Noah? What's going on, boys? Good to see y'all, man. I'm just chilling. Apple fritter in the chalice. Instant coffee in the Stanley Cup champion Vegas Knights mug. No big deal. Unite the realm. But yeah, man, good to see you, boys. Yeah, Sungwoo Choi boxed him up. Aaron's made it interesting, but yeah, he like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Aaron's moving forward, but he's entertaining at least. I think some people kind of like yeah, the same concerns for Choi are still there. A little bit of a dodgy chin, likes to get in wars, but it makes for entertaining fights. I can say that at the least. What's up, Sahil? Volk versus Holloway 4. Max KO's Vulcan round 2. That'd be sick. Sign me up. Choi, yeah, I mean, he's just Choi, man. He's gonna kind of fight like a mongoloid. He's got good hands, not the best chin. It'll make for some fun, gnarly, like maybe don't bet on kind of fights, just ones you want to sit back and kind of enjoy for what they are. Just kind of train wreck fights. Face orange biting nails. Max versus Danny get great. Zach going at Noah. I know why I picked Choi. Yeah. Yeah, Choi was the side, but still, it's like, okay, they give him somebody better than Aaron's. It's like the same. I still have the same kind of concerns for him, but yeah, fun fight. How about JJ Aldridge, man? How about JJ Aldridge getting a fucking finish? Cheers, JJ. One of the fighters that, you know, put JJ Aldridge in some makeup. She don't look too bad, man. She kind of got a little girl next door thing going on. And good to see her get a finish. Been long criticized for being kind of a decisionator. Decent hands, okay grappling, but not really like a killer necessarily. Na Liang, I mean, it's kind of a good matchup if you want to get yourself a finish. But like, yeah, good for JJ, man. Don't have too much to say about it, but it was good to see her get a win. She's a decent fighter. She's one of those fighters that's I kind of like fighters like that. Like minus 600 was kind of crazy. I don't know if she quite cleared that, but she looked like a minus 300, minus 350, which is what she probably should have been. But I know the kind of level of fighter she can beat for the most part, and I know the kind of fighter level. I know the level of fighter that she will most likely lose to. So I'll be interested to see what they give her next. But yeah, good for her, man. Man, I was wrong here. Shout out to anyone that bet on Billy Goff. Shout out to the Billy Goff backers, Billy Goff punters, whatever. Y'all knew what the fuck y'all were talking about. I didn't. Man, Kinoshita, he looks good. He's a good hammer and a bad nail. Classic. Classic bad nail. When it is time to get hammered, boy, does he get driven in. Literally, man. Goff fucking bodied him. Shout out to Jared Billy Goff. Hey, anybody was on the Goff, dude. I can't remember everyone that picked him, backed him, but slow clap. Not so slow clap. I could have made that slower. That's a slow clap. There you go. There's my crow. Uh, I am. I'm taking it. I'm eating it. Kino Quita. Am I right? Hi-oh. Nice. Hey, y'all know who you are. Let the people know. He said, "You're a pants on fire. I went 11-2 this week, jerky boy. I will not have Euro trash hate." Yeah, Moise ain't gonna stand for that. Ain't gonna stand for that now. Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega. I would still pick Brian Ortega. Me personally, Sahil. JJ looks like the female Michelin tire man. I wouldn't go that far. She's like Michelin tire man junior. I like a little thickness though. You only switched to Choi after I told you how bad Aaron's was. Just Zach taking full credit for everything. Nice. I like it. That's the kind of arrogance that I can get down with. Japanese fighters suck, says Noah. Aaron with the zinger. Moise not to be outdone. Kinoshita, like shit. She get it? Get it? Lots were gone Goff. Fine, golly. I'm just trying to give y'all some credit. All right, so that was that one. Shout out to the 7 people in the building. Can we get 10 again, boys? We had double digits last time. I'm damn proud of that. Thank you to everyone that came through. Can we do it again? Can we make 2 streams in a row where we get double digit live viewer numbers? That'd be sick. All right, man. How about some more crow? How about 2 cents eating some more crow for the people? Dude, anybody was on Sankanon, you just fed me a fucking plateful. Because I was all over Rolando Bedoya. So glad I didn't end up betting this. I had a bet with Bedoya in it that I ended up cashing out. Thank God. And it's funny because I actually ended up cashing out that bet, not because of Bedoya. It was because I felt unsure about another fighter. And I was like, oh, well, just make something else. But like, nah, dude. Sankanon was the side. It was weird too, because like Bedoya could have had that fight. He could have had that fight. I guess he expected Song to get tired, which I guess is not like an unreasonable expectation. Kanan has slowed down. It's actually, he doesn't have the best chin and he doesn't have the best gas tank. So credit to Song Kanan for hanging tough, not getting too wobbled or hurt. Like Bedoya clearly won the first round, but there wasn't really a time that he really had Song Kanan super fucked up. Like, not that I can remember. He landed some solid punches, but I don't remember him like, oh shit, he's about to knock Song out. Like, I don't really remember any spots like that. So, yeah, Song Kanan used the veteran savvy, hung tough, won the second and third round. Thought it was pretty easy to score. Bad pick on Bedoya. So glad I do. You want to talk about dodging a bullet? Man, he was like a minus 300 favorite too. Minus 300, minus 350. So anyone that was on Song, again, I'm not going to slow clap it, but there you go, man. There's your Leo clap. Want me. Want my dumbass, so y'all know who you were. Anyone that was on Song, y'all saw it coming. Sahil says, why do older fighters in the heavier divisions perform better than old guys in the lighter divisions? My personal opinion is that the lighter divisions, fighters are a little bit more dependent on athleticism, reflexes, timing, speed. Those tend to what make a really elite fighter in the lighter weight classes. In the heavier weight classes, they chucking leather, Bo, with some serious force behind it. So with power being the last thing to go, they can survive longer at an older age because they still got that fucking hammer, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the equalizers at heavyweight, like just the nature of like power carrying a little longer. I think that's what it is to me. With the numbers, but I thought it was pretty easy to score for Song in the second and third round. Just me. I thought he was Song was landing the heavier punches to the head. That tends to score a little high. It does in my eyes anyway. Like, yeah, leg kicks, unless you're like really fucking someone's like there have been fights the past couple weeks where like Magny and Gary. Magny's legs were trashed. Like those are really impactful leg kicks. Leg kicks that don't really stop the dude from pressing forward or getting his own offense off. I just don't score them as high. I thought yeah, like overall it wasn't like one-way traffic, definitely, but I thought it was like at the end of it, I was like, yeah, I had 2 and 3 for Song. But like it wasn't, no, it was a reasonably close fight. I'd say that's fair. Bedoya Font effect, bad optics get hit. Yeah, I agree. He does. He gets cracked and he kind of like staggers backward. Not really hurt, but he just like kind of staggers back, resets. It is bad optics unless you're hurting your opponent. It was a really bad line. I didn't see it coming either, man. Like, Song does not have a really good chin to me. He's been knocked out 4 times. Bedoya maybe just who was it that said it during the broadcast? I don't know if it was Bisbing or one of them was like maybe 55. I don't think that's crazy considering that yeah, Bedoya looks like he doesn't have to cut weight. 170 is probably his walk around weight. I think if he was to get shreddo doggy, might have something at 155. I don't know. He have potential. You can see the potential there. Puts, decent combos together, could tighten up his punches a little bit, could make his punches a little straighter and crispier and sit down on the end of them, particularly like he kind of like throws like a clubbing cross. If he straightened that thing out, threw it right down the pipe and really put some snap on the end of it, I think that could help him a little bit. He's at a good striking gym. Just like tighten it up. He throws a lot. He throws a good variety of strikes. Just feel like he could, yeah, just little few things he could tweak a little bit that could maybe help him. Yeah, exactly. Sahil says, what are the top 3 biggest trilogies in UFC? And if Izzy Alex 3 happens, where does it stand? I would say, I'd have to think about that one. I'd have to think about it. Because the top 3 trilogies to me would be ones where it went 2 and 1. I would have to think. Where it's like one fighter wins one of them. You know what I mean? Good question. I'd have to think about it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's like potential's there. He's still pretty young though. He's like what, like 26, 27. So yeah, he could yeah, maybe move down to lightweight, tighten this shit up a little bit, get a little deadlier, get a little meaner. But Bedoya seems like he has like fun in there. Like he's kind of just like smiling and just kind of coasting a little bit. I think he could put put a little more stank on it. Get a little bit of that edge to him. I think could serve him well. But we will move along. Man. Cheaty got chin checked. This was fun though, as long as it lasted. Was this fight of the night? I wouldn't like argue. It wasn't fight of the night to me, but if you said it was, I wouldn't argue with you. It was fun. Cheaty almost head kicked him. Well, he did head kick him, but he almost head kicked him out. Had Mikhail doing the stanky leg. I thought we had something there, boys, but yeah, Cheaty just the chin showed itself. Maybe I don't like to question fighters' heart, but Cheaty could be another guy where it's like another good hammer, bad, doesn't like to get beat on. I don't know, man. He just weathered the storm. It's another bullet that I dodged. I almost thought about putting that free bet on Cheaty. I was just going to lay it down on Cheaty. So glad I didn't. It ended up making the difference for my betting for this card. But yeah, Cheaty is, I think he's a little bit of a glass cannon. A little bit of a glass cannon. Good hammer, bad nail. So I got to give credit. Anyone that was on Mikhail, good shit. I was wrong. There's the crow. Now moving forward, yeah, I'd like Cheaty almost dirted him. There's some other middleweights that can do the same. But hey, he was the better man. Knocked Cheaty out. No, stopped him anyway, you know. Yep. Homie Noah. You called it, dude. I think that is more than fair. Well, look who decided to show. Yes, that's a good analogy. Lobby, it's like we see each other out in public, and you would think that, you might greet someone that you see out in public that you don't see all like, hey, how's it going, man? How are you? Just something normal. Lobby, nah. Just the level of pettiness just knows no bounds. I see you in the pub chat. The first thing you say to me, I believe it was, I told you Blanchfield wouldn't finish Santos. Like, you fucking kidding me? What's up though, Lobby? How was your weekend? What you vaping on? Sahil says, how likely is it that Alex versus Izzy to happen? And what's the path for both fighters to make this trilogy happen, and what division? So I would say if you're gonna make it, because technically now, dude, it's technically they've fought 4 times, but it would be the trilogy in MMA. I don't know, man. It depends on Poatan. To me, he's older. He is like, he's what, 36 going on 37, I believe. Could be wrong about that. Somebody, you can fact check me. Anyone that cares to do that. He's on the wrong side of 35. And to me, that cut to 185 is just no bueno. So me, if you're asking what I like, if they are going to fight again, where I would like to see it happen at is 205. Because the difference between Izzy fighting Jan at 205 and Pereira is like, there ain't going to be no grappling. You know what I mean? Like, Adesanya's not going to have to worry about he's not going to worry a huge size and strength advantage in the grappling like Jan had against him. Also, I think 205, helps Adesanya's chin. I mean, same for Pereira. Honestly, though, I didn't think Poatan looked that good against Pereira. Looked that good against Błachowicz. I just don't, man. I don't like. I don't know. So I think that would, thinking about it, yeah, 205 for them is that levels the playing field a little bit as far as the durability, especially for Poatan. But like Adesanya at 205, he doesn't have to cut quite as much. You know, that's if they are going to fight again, which I don't know if I really need to see that personally. If they don't ever fight again, I'm fine with it. Like they both knocked each other out. You know, Adesanya got the last laugh. If that's the last time they fight, that's fine with me. A lot of people say Adesanya won the first fight they ever had in kickboxing, which would, if people believe that, then you know they're technically 2-2. So whatever. Like I think they've settled it, but 205 for me if they're gonna do it again. Usyk starts Dubois. We'll do this, and I disagree with that, sir. I just disagree with that. Yeah. Very fucking funny. Does that make you feel better? If that's what makes you feel better, Lobby, fine. I'll give you the WMMA thing. Boxing, arguable. Recently, you might be right. Recently, yeah. I'm going to eat that Spence Crow until the end of time. Fine. Whatever. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to let y'all work me up. Oh, I'm going to continue to push through this UFC Singapore card. I'm not going to let you and homie Noah trigger me over this Tyson Fury slander. Lil Usyk getting bodied by AJ, faking low blows against AJ and Dubois. Usyk soft to the body. Wilder would literally punch a hole through Usyk's stomach like fucking Mortal Kombat if he landed across to the body. He would literally just like Wilder's fist would come out the other side. It would be like some shit from The Boys. Fury, Tyson Fury would like dog walk, style on, those don't even come close to describing how foolish Tyson would make Usyk look. Usyk has the advantage over all these other guys because of his mobility and like being the better boxer. He ain't gonna be the better boxer versus Fury. He's getting touched up against fucking robotic, sluggish dudes like AJ and Dubois and Derek Chisora. Man, please. Tyson will style on that motherfucker. Wilder would put Usyk in a fucking box. Now, let's move on. Of course, Dad, baby. Of course, for that. Magomed Mushins, Magomed future champ for that. Only if Alex wins light heavyweight championship, I think Poatan should go to. Man, I don't like that cut for him. I really don't. It does give him the size and power advantage, but it's like the double-edged sword, dude. It's like he's compromising his durability. Unreal. Just the Tyson Fury slander is just unreal. Shout out to you boys. I'm glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. If it weren't for the pushback, it'd just be a fucking echo chamber, and don't nobody want to hear that shit neither. So shout out to you boys. Man, Toshiomi, just I don't even know if you can say he's a good hammer. He's a good hammer against like Japanese nobody can't grapple with the fuck ass dudes. Like I think Toshiomi is just he's not even a has been. He's a never was. He just ain't gonna make it. Shout out to Armfield. One where that I don't remember that line being too bad. Like that was a pretty decent line on Armfield. A very parlayable fighter. I know some people took a shot on Kazama. I thought about it early in the week, but I'm so glad I didn't. I thought better of this. So thank you to everyone that talked me off Toshiomi. Thank you for letting me see reason there. Thank y'all for being the voices of reason, because that was very one-sided. I agree. Great day in the morning. All right, Sahil wants Volk to die. Noted. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, it's funny, man. Like Volkanovski, he is literally like the dwarf from Lord of the Rings. Like he has the dwarf power, the power of a 200-pound man, and like the frame of a fucking 145-pounder. I will give Volk like a lot of credit for his dedication to his strength and conditioning and like keeping his weight down, and that's just wild to me, man. All right, time to eat the biggest crow that I had to eat this weekend. Y'all can let me have it for this one, dude. I've said I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to compile a list. It's going to be, I don't know if I should do 52. I think I could probably narrow it down to like 25. And I think I'm going to go back and compile a list of the worst bets that I've made of 2023. Maybe I'll do one of my best, like the top 10 best, but I am definitely going to do some of the worst bets. And Lucas Bresky will be up there. I am never going to forget what a shitty bet this was. Is it up there with Jamal Pogues? Maybe. Is it up there with fucking Nicholas Moda? Maybe. You'll have to tune into the end of the year streams. I got some good ones coming for the end of the year, boys. Old Two Cent's going to do his knockouts of the year, knockouts and TKOs, both prelim and main event. That is always going to be an end of the year list stream. I'm going to do submissions of the year, same deal. What I'm going to add this year is the best bets and worst bets of the year. So this will not be the last time y'all hear about what a shitty read this was. I mean, you want to talk about not close? It took about a minute for Waldo Cortez Acosta to get Bresky's timing and range, because all he was doing was throwing naked low kicks. Like, that's one of the reasons I picked Bresky. Is like, okay, he'll throw those low kicks. He'll fuck Costa's leg up and wear him down. It's like, you can't just throw the low kick naked, dude. So yeah, that was funny looking. Lucas Bresky literally fucking sailor dived, like dove headfirst, and stanky leg turned his back. I mean, it's not Cortez Acosta's fault. Protect yourself at all times. If that was boxing, you'd just get waved. You can't turn away from your opponent. Like, in boxing, they'll give you, like, if it's the amateurs, they'll give you standing 8 count, or they might just wave it right there. In the pros, yeah, you turn away from your opponent, you'll get warned for it, and then they'll just wave it. He's like, you're just giving up. And it's like, it's just too dangerous. Like, you're literally like putting yourself where like the ref has to save you. You ain't gonna save yourself. You're literally turned away from a killer. It's just like you're just a sitting duck. Like the ref is there to keep situations like that from happening. So Bresky is, unfortunately, the ref didn't get there in time. It should have been waived when he was literally like did an about face and was just doing the stanky leg. It was crazy looking. That's going to be on Knockouts of the Year. Believe that shit. That will be on prelim unconscious KOs of the year. Your boy Luca Bresky was out. Face first, sailors dive into the canvas. Gnarly. I was on Bresky. I bet Bresky. He was my underdog of the week. Pah! Yeah. Crow. Crow's the word for your boy. Yep. Yeah. It's a good take. I like it. Word. Say word, big moist. They'll get you there quick, Bubba. You ain't lying, Bo. Yep. That's why they like. They always say it too. Leg kicks are a good way to end combos. Throwing them naked. Woo! You're asking for it, man. Especially a good counterpuncher. They'll just see that you're there. Like, you're throwing the leg kick, you're not moving. You're not moving the rest of your body. You're not moving your head, definitely. Watch out for the counters off the leg kicks. They'll get you. So yeah, clown bets. Yeah, follow me at betmma.tips/clown bets. Man, like, why this? It was so funny because so many people's read on this was, oh, Junior isn't his brother, so Parker's gonna win. It's like Junior has all of the characteristics of every fighter that's ever slept Parker Porter. Faster, heavyweight with good striking. I even said it I said this all week. I think Junior, I think his striking is a little bit better than Justin. Like, Justin's more powerful. Justin, like, is clearly a bigger, thicker dude and has more one punch power. But I think Junior is faster and I think he has better technique. I think Junior is the better kickboxer, honestly. That's just my personal opinion. Doesn't really matter. Like, I don't think either of them are going to get very far, but this was an easy read, man. Porter ain't got no chin. He's old. He's slow. He's got, like, I like Parker, but he seems like a good dude. Porter seems like a good dude. I love the tattoo on his back. Respect all, fear none. I think that's a great saying, a great way to live, like a great mantra, a great way to live your life. Again, seems like a solid dude, but he takes these fights. It's like, dude, this is not a good matchup for you, dude. There are other heavyweights he can beat, but it's like he just takes these tough fights. So yeah, salute to Porter for going out on his shield again. It's like, what are you gonna do with it? What do you do with that? You know, over pretty quickly. Yeah, respect to Porter. Get him in the dome, man. I like Parker. Like, seems like a good dude, but it's just like, fuck, man. Taking some tough fights, Bo. So yeah, what up? What up? What up, Santos backers? fuck you thought, dude? Fuck you thought was gonna happen? Erin's a beast, man. She's gonna be champion. Maybe not at the end of this year. Maybe not even next year. But she probably will. She's most likely going to end up being champion. She hung tough on the feet with Tyla. She even ended up getting her down. Can work on the wrestling for sure. Can work a little bit on the wrestling. But other than that, she's got the goods. She's got the ingredients. She's tough. She's got good striking. I really like that she keeps it basic with the boxing. Good, consistent jab. Good, consistent 1-2. For MMA, dude, if you have grappling and are a solid grappler, dude, you really don't need much more than that. If your takedown defense is there, if the grappling's there, you just need a damn 1-2. A clean 1-2. Stiff jab. Put the cross behind it with accuracy and consistency. Especially with chick fights, it don't take much more than that to assert yourself as the better striker. Consistent jab, little pop on the cross. What's the problem? Like what? I don't get why more fighters don't stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. The oop-de-oop. The fuck? Nah, man, I thought she looked good. She's the truth. She's the future. Erin Lockfield. The Erin Blanchfield money line was minus 150. How the fuck do that work? How do that even work? Enjoy that while it lasts. Those kind of money lines on Erin Blanchfield are going the way of the dodo real quick. Like, depending on who she gets next, like once she wins the belt, forget it. It's not going to happen. She's going to be like minus 500 every time. But you're only going to get a line that's in that neighborhood maybe a couple more times. Maybe. And it's just going to be matchup dependent. That was a gift line. Gift. That was the lock parlay piece of the week. Erin Blanchfield, minus 150. Enjoy it while it fucking lasts. Because it ain't going to. Yes, it is a Yamiska. I agree. Stronger with the takedowns. Yeah. Maybe get a head and arm throw in there. That's a good one for chick fighters to have. I agree. I think for at least 10 years, lightweight is under Dagestani control because the first Islam moves up, then Usman comes. Yeah. Now, Sahil, I will tell you, brother, you are listening right now to a certified Justin Gaethje stan. I will be backing my dude Gaethje against Islam, but I understand that Islam should be the favorite. I think he wins 6 or 7 times out of 10 versus Justin. I understand what I'm looking at with Islam. He's the goods. As it stands right now, he's the best lightweight until further notice. Islam Makhachev is a fucking beast. His striking is really fucking good. It's improved crazy. A crazy amount. So yeah, it's just someone, they're going to have to take it from him. Because it's not going to be given up. I don't see anyone doing shit to Islam. It's going to take someone like Gaethje. a wild dude that forces Islam into a striking exchange a little bit too long, where like he hurts Justin, is like, oh yeah, let's get in there, boom. But that's like, I still only think that, like, again, certified Gaethje stand. I only think that happens at the most like 4 times out of 10. You know what I mean? So like, Islam is that fucking dude, for better or worse. Like just the grappling is just too good. It's just too good. No shit, man. Wild. Just wild. Few are, brother. Few are. They're like Khabib is fucking one of one. I hope not. If he doesn't win, probably. Yeah, probably. I would think. Unfortunately, yes. I think he has a chance. Is it a great chance? I think it's all right. I think it's maybe a little bit more of a puncher's chance than people will say, but I think more times out of like at least 5, probably 6, maybe 7 times out of 10, it looks like the Khabib Justin fight. Maybe Justin rocks him. Once Islam gets him to the ground, though, the disparity in ground skill with Islam and just about everyone else, even guys like Sarukian and Gamrot, Islam would just haul off and knock out Gamrot. He'll just fuck Gamrot off on the feet. Armin could maybe get there. Armin's the only one, but like I don't know, dude. Like Islam kind of showed himself to be the better grappler once. I think he'll like his striking has gotten better. I don't know, man. I don't think anybody fucking with Makachev. It's gonna take somebody like Gaethje, someone that has like legit one punch power, like, and even then, like Justin, it's like a puncher's chance and a prayer, and that's coming from a big old Gaethje stand. It's just like Islam's that dude. You got to respect it until further notice. Noah, if they were to rob Islam against Scamrot, I just don't know what I would fucking do. It would be sick. Oh, I'd love it, brother. I'd love it. Oh, it'd be so tight. Dude, I would dance a fucking jig. I would dance an Irish jig, like fucking Bruce Willis in The Last Boy Scout. I would, man. I just tough sledding against the heir apparent to father's plan. Just what are you gonna do? All right. All right. Speaking of future champion, potential. Now, Fernie Garcia is not like, what you think of as like the most formidable opponent. Credit to Fernie Garcia for hanging tough. Rinya Nakamura he's what, like 28? I think there's some things he could work on. I think that it was pretty clear that he wasn't going to get a north-south choke. I really wish he had made a more concerted effort to rip the Kimura. It looked like he was going for a straight arm lock. It's like, just wrap your arm around that motherfucker and twist that little chick. Like, he was in the position where it's like way easier for him to just step one of his legs over after he rips the Kimura. Am I wrong about that? You know what I mean? Like, he's in north-south. Take his right arm, wrap that bitch up, double wrist lock, right leg over his fucking right shoulder, right? Rip that arm back. He ain't going nowhere. I don't know. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda been, coulda been, shoulda been. Fair enough. I think he's got the goods. It's just like he was toying with his food a little bit. I think he could have ripped that fucking Kimura. I don't think Fernie would have done shit about it. He kept going for a straight arm. It's like, dude, it looks like the Kimura's right there. You can literally just put your sack in his face and twist that fucking chicken wing around. I think Reni is a little more legit than Tatsuro. I think Tatsuro is the one where it's like, especially with the striking, Reni is okay on the feet. Reni can actually crack on the feet. Tatsuro, yeah, he hits hard, but like he's the one where it's like, Renia is mushons, is one man mushons. Yeah, I mean, maybe being a prisoner of the moment. I'll say this: of the Japanese fighters, he looks like the one that could actually end up becoming champion. I don't know if he will be. And yeah, to your point, yeah, maybe it's a little early to start talking about that. But of all the Japanese fighters that I've seen, he looks the most like the genuine article. And I'll give Fernie credit for hanging tough. But yeah, there was a couple times where it's like, okay, just fucking get this dude out of there. But we'll see what happens in the future. Yep. All fair points. All fair points. I bet Journey Newsom too. That was in my the early days of my gambling. And by that I mean last year. But yeah, I remember betting Newsom was like a plus 135 underdog against Fernie. That was sick. Look, I tried to tell y'all about this. I tried to fucking tell y'all what was going to happen. I told y'all who the better point fighter was. I didn't get the Leroy love this week. No disrespect to anybody, but come on, man. If you picked Leroy or you bet Leroy, just admit you don't like Giga. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying I don't pick and bet fighters all the time because I don't like the other guy. I've done it very recently. I'm just saying this was one of those cases. Giga was always a better striker. Overall, I think he's a little bit higher level of a fighter. This is one of those levels fights where you could wiki cap this literally. Yeah, it went exactly like I thought it was going to go. Well, not exactly. I thought he might get Caceres out of there, but he was cracking him. He was clearly landing the harder shots. I mean, this was more or less how I thought it was going to go down. Giga kick. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Let me get through this one. Then I'm going to take a quick potty break, and then I'm going to talk about the main event, and then we'll switch over to UFC Pally. Anthony Smith, the Lionheart. I am critical of Anthony Smith. I definitely don't care for him outside the cage or the octagon. I respect him as a fighter. He's a good, borderline great fighter. Said this many times. I don't feel like he always lives up to the Lionheart moniker. But in this one, he did. He showed some heart in this fight. Because I thought in the second round, I was like, okay, here we go. That classic Smith about to fold up. He was starting to fold up, dude. Taking them hammer fists, but he hung tough. He showed a little Lionheart. I gotta give credit where it's due, man. Smith showed a little Lionheart, hung tough, got it done. I don't really see the controversy here. I thought it was pretty clear that Smith won the first and the third rounds. I thought in the third round, it finally, Ryan Spann's cardio issues finally caught up to him, finally reared their ugly head again. Although I will give Spann a little credit. I said that he was only live early in the first. He came alive in the second. So credit to Span for not death gassing after the first, making a fight of it. I thought this was fight of the night. I thought for 15 minutes, these two were the most competitive. It went back and forth. The third round was close. I just thought Smith landed a few more powerful head strikes. Overall, was I not entertained? No, I was. I was entertained. Both of them got hurt. Fight of the night for me. Yeah. Shout out to both of them. Never thought I'd say that, but shout out to Ryan Spann and Anthony Smith for putting on fight of the night. Can't hate on it, really. Can't hate on Spann for being able to go 15 minutes and fight hard, and can't hate on Smith for surviving being really fucked up and almost put out of there. So, yeah. Dude, those strikes are fucking ridiculous. But yeah, let me I'm gonna hit the head real quick, and we'll talk about the main event. Got a good bit to say about that, and then we will do a little preview. All right, boys. We are fucking back in action. Shout to the 4 now, 3 people still in the building. About to get into the main event recap for UFC Singapore, then wrap that card up once and for all for good, all for one, whatever. Wrap that shit up for good, and then we will move on. But first, I need to cash this. Chill 'em and repack. Apple fritter. You made my day. Excuse me. Rude. That was rude. Yes. Apple fritter is a good nugget if you can ever get your hands on some. I recommend this thing. It's a good 50-50. It's not bad for nighttime use, but it's really, really good for daytime, morning, daytime, evening use. Tastes good. It's got a good, evenly balanced high. Can maintain functionality and creativity. Yes, once again, if you're just joining me, recapping UFC Singapore, it was a good week. I enjoyed this week breaking down fights with Aaron the Dog MMA on Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe to that channel if you're not. I will be back this Wednesday to talk about UFC Pally. Shout out to the boys at Pub Sports Radio, in particular Big Show Picks, MMA Locker Room, aka Money Mills, Billy Briz, aka Getting Bills. Shout out to those boys. Yeah, man. Had a good week. Good week breaking down these fights. Had a really good show on Friday. 10 people, boys. We got 8 people in here today. Peaked out at 8. Not bad. So let's talk about this main event, man. Let us wrap up UFC Singapore. Talk about the main event. The main event was Max Holloway versus Chan Sung Jung, aka the Korean Zombie. I guess I always knew it was going to be like this, but it was certainly a bittersweet outing in general. We know what happened. And this fight is really, it's kind of like a microcosm of Chan Sung Jung's, like, the essence of his fighting style. He marches forward like a fucking zombie, chucking leather. I mean, the dude just does not put on boring fights. He doesn't always win, but when he does, it's usually in pretty devastating fashion. Like, most of Chan's highlights are him getting like crazy finishes over some pretty fucking good fighters. Now, I've got plenty to say about Chan and the Korean Zombie. I do want to put some shine and respect on Max. I feel like a lot of the talk surrounding UFC Singapore in the aftermath is, of course, about the Korean Zombie. He retired. He said he was going to retire. I'm pretty sure that's what has happened. He's officially retired. So naturally, a lot of the talk is going to be about that. How could it not be? But I want to make sure that I do put some shine and respect on Max. I'm sorry, y'all. Max by TKO was a fucking lock. Given the circumstances, the X factors in the build-up to this fight, Chan saying that he's going to retire, the damage that he's been taking, the tragic wildfires that have been raging in Hawaii. I told y'all Max was going to be fired up coming into this fight. He was going to be full of fucking vinegar and piss, and he was going to hurt Chan badly. And he did. Chan, being the fucking badass that he is, him not really knowing any other not knowing and just not wanting to fight any other way. He was like he was even like towards the end, like in the third round, he put his hands up like, bro, you already know what time it is. I'm the Korean Zombie. This is what I fucking do. You know what time it is. And like, that's why we love him, right? But dude, I called this shit, man. I called this shit all fucking week. I called it on every channel or platform that I was fortunate enough to be a guest on. I called it on my channel. I mean, it was just, the ingredients were all there. The formula was there. By the end of it, when it was all said and done, it was a winning week for me. But this one was definitely bittersweet. But I do want to make sure that we recognize and respect what we got with Max fucking Holloway, dude. Told y'all, it is Volk and Max and then everyone else. Other than Alexander Volkanovski, who is pretty much the featherweight GOAT, ain't no one doing shit to Max Holloway in the featherweight division. The dude is 31 years old. He's younger than several of the guys in the top 10 that he has beaten the living fuck out of. It is Volkanovski and Max Holloway and everybody else. Put some respect on Max's name, man. Yeah, I know most people were on Max, but people were like trying to be like, nah, he's not gonna get the knockout. Max doesn't really hurt me. Kill fist. The dude knocked out Jose Aldo twice. He's the original I stopped Brian Ortega. He's the original I beat the fuck out of Brian Ortega. This was the y'all must have forgot spot for Max. Shout out to Max Bless Holloway, and I will say this too, man. I know. Look, I'm gonna sound presumptuous and arrogant, and I know I do that a lot, but like, come on, man, the Hawaiian people fucking needed this one. Hawaii needed this one. Max is the people's champion of Hawaii. He is the Hawaiian fighter. He is the fucking ambassador for Hawaiian fighting. Period. He embodies the fighting spirit of Hawaii. The Hawaiian people needed that one. The shit that's going on there, wildfires and people falling victim to fire, there is nothing cool about it. Ever. Like, it's horrific. I don't wish getting burnt. Like, oh, no, man, it's horrible. What's going on in Hawaii? Like I said, there ain't no place to escape, dude. You're literally on an island, a dot in the middle of the fucking ocean. It's just like, fuck, man. This horrible. The Hawaiian people needed that one, man. They needed a hero for what's going on with them right now. Something to like believe in and root for, and like they just needed that one, man. So shout out to Max, dude. And not only just him winning, but the way he carries himself when he wins, dude. Look at that shit, man. He let out the battle cry after he knocked him out. He absorbed the moment. And then very quickly, it was all about tending to Chan. Tending to Chan, literally help. He went over there. He didn't just go over there and say, "Oh, thanks, buddy. Get a nice little photo op." No, he went over there to genuinely see how he was. He helped Chan back to his. He helped him get on the stool. He literally picked Chan up. A lot of times they don't let fighters do that. A lot of times they say, "Oh, back up, back off. Like let the professionals handle this." No, Max is the professional. He helped his fellow fighter. He helped his peer get to the stool and stood there with him, made sure he was all right. And when Chan did get back to his feet, he made it about him. He knew what a big moment that was and like how emotional it had to be for the guy. The dude literally went out there, went out on his shield, gave it everything that is the definition of like, I gave it everything I had. He left it all in the fucking octagon. How do you not respect that? Like, and Max knew. And it wasn't about anything other than just like, that's just who he is, man. Max is just that dude. I'm telling you, man, Hawaii needed that. But, man, if you're going to lose like that, if you're going to get chin checked and go down in front of a big audience, you definitely want it to be somebody like Max Holloway. Because he ain't going to punk you. He's not going to make it about him or punk you or anything. It's like you go out there and fight Max like a man, and you're going to get his respect. So, yeah, man. Shout out to Max Holloway. Just wanted I got plenty I'm going to say about the zombie, but I just want to say that about Max, man. Like, one of the many reasons that I'm a Holloway stan, for sure. And yeah, told y'all though, Aaron Lockfield, Rinya Lockamora, Max Lockaway. Lock that shit up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Easy peasy, Japanesey. There's nothing to it. A two-piece parlay, both under minus 200. What am I missing? Picks was I. They were okay. A lot of people did way better. Like I said, Noah did better. Like people in this chat did better than me. But it was okay. I'll take that. I'll take 9-4 every week. That's fine with me. Like to get a winning week, to not have a losing week, to not have a 500 week with predictions. I don't care if it's like not, you know, 12-1 every time or like 11-2. Like if I get 9-4 every week, that's fine with me. Same with this shit, dude. Slow and steady, gentlemen. Slow and steady has been winning the race of betting in 2023 for your old bud 2 cents. I don't have monster weeks, but I'm going to just keep on chugging. Keep slowly but steadily stacking a little bit of profit. Quietly turning a tiny profit in 2023. Don't mind me. I'll just be piking away down here, dude. Don't mind me. So, yeah, UFC Singapore was a success. Cheers, boys. Hope y'all had a good week as well. If not, we'll get them next week. This was a bounce back week for me. I needed it. But hey, I'm up more than I have been the rest of this year. And we're on the back half. So, yeah, projecting nicely towards my goal of double digit units for 2023. I'll take it, man. I'm not out here giving betting advice. I'm just sharing with you my little betting and predicting journey. The Korean Zombie looked better than expected, period. Chan was cracking Max Holloway, dude. Think about the fights where Max has taken the most damage. Volkanovski, part 3, Dusty, Connor, and this one. He didn't take as much damage from Ortega as he took against the Zombie. Dude, the Zombie was walloping Max. And for a couple of seconds, I was like, oh, fuck. Is he going to knock Max out? Is he really going to do it? Is Chan going to, like, flip the apple cart here? Dude, I love the Korean Zombie, man. That fight was sweet. You know, Lobby, it's harsh, but it's true. You just have to fade the retirement talk. But I'll say this. I don't think it had as much to do with him saying he was going to retire as him just not quite having enough for Holloway. A little too old, taking a little too much damage, not quite as fast. Max had physical and intangible advantages. There was a little too much. But the Zombie went out on a shield, dude. He gave it everything he had. He didn't go out there and fight like he had one foot out the door. He fought like he had everything to lose. And it made for a very entertaining spectacle. If you want to say this was fight of the night, I usually don't give fight of the night to fights that end inside the distance. I usually give fight of the night to where it's like they went the whole time, 15 or 25 minutes, and it was just rock'em sock'em. But this was rock'em sock'em, and Max ended up stopping it. But yeah, if you call this fight of the night, I ain't gonna fucking push back one bit. It was a sweet fight. Yeah, brother, your feelings are shared by myself and pretty much the whole community, dude. So we probably just saw the last fight for the Korean Zombie in the UFC. So, with that being the case, I would like to take a few minutes rather. I'm not going to go back and look at his whole career, but I did want to do a little bit of a Korean Zombie appreciation. I compiled a very short list of my favorite Korean Zombie victories, and I'm going to share that with you. We're just going to do a little Korean Zombie appreciation. Smoke a bowl, smoke one for the zombie, put a little shine on Chan, and yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. But just to recap the event itself, once again, Lucas Bresky will go down as one of my worst bets of 2023. It will go on the list that I'm compiling for my worst bets of this year. But I made some good ones at UFC 23. I mean, UFC Singapore. Easy money. Easy fucking money. Now, although Holloway ended up getting the KO, he almost got that Darce and fucked me on that. And it would have been for nothing but Max just being a good sportsman and a good dude. Cause like he just didn't in that moment, he didn't want to hit Chan again. He dropped him and he was like, oh shit, I can just sub him. And he like locks up the Darce, right? I think it was a Darce, not an Anaconda. He locks up the Darce. But if it was not for Chan being a complete badass and a legit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Max is getting that choke. But because Chan is so badass and because he is so fucking legit with his jiu-jitsu, he survives. And I breathed the biggest sigh of relief because I knew, like, okay, once they stand up again, the zombie being the zombie, it is just going to be right back in the fire. And I kind of knew what was going to happen at that point. But yeah, that was, in the end, that ended up being very easy money. So yeah, thanks for the free bet, MGM. Keep them coming. Appreciate it. Oh, fucking Cortez Acosta fucking salsa boyed all over me, dude. He's salsa boyed all over my dumb face. Well, it's a big show. Big bad show tonight. What up, boy? What you doing? Shout out to my dude. I was putting you over earlier. Thanks again for having me on the podcast last week. Yeah, man. Hope you had a good weekend. Just talking about the main event, just in time to wrap up this main event. And yeah, man, I got to. I had to put a little appreciation segment together for the Korean Zombie. It was bittersweet for me. I'm sure the feeling was mutual for a lot of you Brajas. So, with that being the case, Korean Zombie appreciation time. Cleanse the timeline, cleanse the matrix. What do you say, boys? Little Chan Sung Jung appreciation. Who don't like the zombie? Come on now. Chan Sung Jung. They do not make them like Chan Sung Jung anymore, boys. He is a throwback fighter. And we are going to talk about a few of my favorite Chan Sung Jung victories. There's several to pick from. I decided to just do top three. I've got a couple honorable mentions if I can clear my fucking throat from fucking phlegm. Hold on. Sorry, boys. I had to hack a lug. No one needs to be subjected to that. I do enough fucking nasty. I burp and shit on stream. I ain't gonna fucking subject y'all to that. You said it, brother. I mean, it was just fitting too. Like Chan would go out any other fucking way. He literally was just like through that. He's like, Max, I know you didn't forget, dude. He's like, the way you fight, the way I fight, I'm the zombie, bro. You know what time it is. So, in honor of the Korean zombie, let's talk about it. There were several fights to pick from. Opinions will vary, but these are my top Korean zombie victories. Honorable mentions. Let's get a couple honorable mentions out of the way. I know I gotta erase a couple of these banners because I only get fucking 50. For StreamYard. All right, that should be enough. Okay. Honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. Honorable mention. What is? Number 5. We'll slot number 5. I will say is. It will be. It would have to. Let me pull up his record real quick. It would be a cool looking knockout. I would have to, because he's got some knockout. He's got some sweet knockouts, man. Obviously, some sweet submissions. We'll get to that, but he's got some sweet knockouts. It would have to be one of his, either the Hominick knockout or maybe the Dennis Bermudez knockout. I think that's what it is. I think that when he uppercutted Dennis Bermudez, that was pretty sick. That's number 5 for me. Chan uppercuts Dennis Uppercuts Dennis Bermudez into the rafters. Chan was he's such a badass dude. All right. Let me get the year right. 2017. God, I feel like an old fuck. 2017. Coming in at number 5, honorable mention. 2017, Chan Sung Jung uppercuts Dennis Bermudez into the fucking rafters. Was over in short order after that. Fucking sweet knockout. I mean, he's a bad motherfucker. Dude. He's been in the UFC for over 10 years. Now he has some losses to like some of them are not the best level competition pre UFC, but once he got to the UFC, these are the only people that Chan lost to in the UFC. It is like incredibly, it is an incredibly high level competition that he lost to. Aldo, former champion, fucking Yair, former interim champion, in a fight where he was beating the piss out of Yair. He was fucking Yair up. That is the epitome of a fucking Hail Mary. And I don't know if I'll ever forgive Yair for that, because that was literally pulling something out of his ass. That is such a low percentage move, and Chan was fucking him up. Oh god. But Yair is a badass, so whatever. These are the only dudes he's lost to: Aldo, Yair, Ortega 2.0, Volk, and Max. That's it. Only lost to top 5 competition in the UFC. Literally. Only former champions, title challengers, and interim champions. That's it. That's the only dudes he's lost to in the UFC. Just elite competition. Chan's a bad motherfucker. Period. Now, that's number 5. One more honorable mention. On paper, this is one of his better wins. It didn't quite make the top 3 because of circumstance, but on paper, it's still one of his better wins. I think y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Korean Zombie. Let's see. When was this in his career? All right, coming in number 4, just barely missing the cut, but still on paper, it's one of his better wins. Yeah, I know he was a little past it, but dude, he got Frankie, dude. Last Train to Busan, nah. Frankie was always going to get eaten up by the zombie there. That one was sweet because that's Chan getting one of the bigger wins of his career, like name value wise, getting one of the bigger wins in front of his people, in front of the South Koreans. Like that one had to feel good. I can't remember when this post fight victory, like Chan loves to get up on the cage. Dude, he really soaks in the victories. Like he fucking interacts with the crowd a lot when he wins. Like, dude, he's got some of the best like energy post fight. So yeah, I mean, Frankie Edgar, dude, that's a former 2 division champion, I think. Or was Frankie Edgar just lightweight? I can't remember, dude. But hey, knocked him out, man. So that was Frankie Edgar had this like notoriously durable chin. Like he was Mr. Iron Chin. When Ortega knocked him out, that's when it was like, are we starting to see the end of Frankie's chin? When Chan finished him, it's like, okay, man, Frankie. So that's why I can't quite put that in the top 3. But if you have this in the top 3, that's fine with me, dude. Like, it's on paper, it's one of his best wins. He knocked out a huge name in front of the South Koreans. That one had to feel good for him. You know what I mean? Dude, he gave Aldo all he could fucking handle. Yep. It's a big one, dude. Stopped him, too. Frankie tried to shoot for them takedowns. Chan wasn't having it. Not in Korea. He won't going to lose in front of the Koreans. In front of his peeps. Nah. But here we go, boys. Join me for this little Korean zombie appreciation segment. This brings us to number 3. This is number 3 for me, top 3 for me, because it's literally a piece of history. This was a historical finish. Now, look, I thought he beat Leonard Garcia in the first fight. I thought that was a little bit of a jobbery, a little bit of a robbery. But this is, you want to talk about vengeance? You want to talk about righteous justice? How about I just put you in the first twister ever in UFC history, motherfucker? Oh, you get a split over me? How about I just put your fucking ass in a twister? Chan gets his revenge. Historical submission. First time it had ever been done. If I'm not mistaken, was this? Hold on. Excuse me. Holy shit. That's insane, dude. Literally, dude, his first UFC fight. First UFC fight, first twister in history. What a fucking debut, man. Not only is it the first twister in UFC history, it's his first fucking fight in the UFC. Right after WEC was absorbed by the UFC, Chan comes in. Hey, let me just drop the first of this rare submission. It's not like this was like all of a sudden started a waterfall. It's like, oh, everyone's hitting twisters. No. It's only been done 3 fucking times. The third time was just this year, 2 fucking weeks ago. Just 2 weeks ago, only the third one that's ever fucking been in over a decade. Who hits the first one in his first fucking fight in the UFC? Chan Sung Jung, the motherfucking Korean zombie. The dude is a legend. Max said it. Big Show just said it. He's a legend, dude. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, kid. You never go wrong. Yeah, you could put, dude, you could put it number one. Like, it's so historical. Like, it, man, it's wild. Korean Zombie, wild, bro. Now, this is number two for me. I remember seeing this. I picked the zombie here. This was not long after I started doing predictions. I'd only been doing predictions on YouTube for maybe a year, back when you could see what old TC looked like. But I remember this one, man. I remember thinking about this fight ahead of time, it being such an easy pick, and like one of my favorite Chan Sung Jung victories. Just the way it looks. It's so fucking clean and sick looking. Sorry, Moicano. Sorry, dog. He just fucking ate him alive, dude. Look at that. Chan has his eyes on the target. It was so clean, too, because he came over the top of Moicano's jab. And you can see, like, Moicano goes to throw a 1-2, like a lazy 1-2. Chan comes right over the top, just misses the two, just slips the two, and just boom! Cleaned his fucking clock, dude. So sick, man. The zombie has power, precision, and offensively, he is a motherfucker. And he exposed a couple dudes' chins. Where it's like, if you don't have the return, if you don't have the firepower to keep him off you, basically, if you ain't a top 5 featherweight, the zombie is going to fucking eat you for lunch. And that's what he did. Now, he didn't fight everybody, but if you look at his record, I mean, I just went through it. The only people he lost to were top 5, or the champions, or the featherweight GOAT. The former featherweight GOAT. And then the only other dude besides those, you know what I'm saying? It's like, who, featherweight history, it's like Volk, Aldo, Max. And those are the majority of Chan's losses in the UFC. Anybody else? Last train to Busan. You're getting eaten alive. Now, for some people, this ain't going to be your number one. I understand. But for me personally, this is my personal favorite. Some of you will know why. To some of you, it will be petty. Whatever, bro. Still, yet and still, whether you think it's petty, it really doesn't matter. Even if it's not number one, you can't put this outside of the top 3. On paper, it's one of his best wins still. It is a finish. It is a nasty finish. And for me personally, it's just, it warms my heart. Homie no, I think already guessed it. Sleep tight, Dusty. I fucking love it. That is fucking beautiful. That is fucking poetry in motion. Chan, love you, dog. Club and sub too, man. Not like he just snatched a lucky one out of a knot. He fucking hurt him, wrapped it up. Some people think of the zombie and it's like they just think he's this marauder, and he is. He is a Billy badass, bite down on his mouthpiece, rock'em sock'em robots time. Max had to dig deep to get that victory in 2023. But people kind of, I mean, the hardcores know, but like some like casual fans might not know what a good fucking grappler he is. I mean, Dustin's a good grappler too, man. Dustin's a black belt, but Chan, whoo, that's like one of his bases. Like Hapkido, Taekwondo, and Jiu-Jitsu, and I think Judo too. Those are Chan's bases. It's a 6 submission. Literally put Dusty to sleep. You know? Fuck yeah, dude. Yep. 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 Hey, dude. Chan is a fucking legend, dude. He really is. Like, I know I'm going on and on about it, but like, had to show a little appreciation, dude. Just a bad motherfucker. I mean, I got choked up seeing him like break down like that. The man like literally poured his heart and soul into the shit, came up short, and like all the emotions came pouring out of him, dude. It's like, fuck, man. It's like, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. Bro, you're fucking crying. I'm not crying. Fucking crying. Like, how can you not, man? Dude. So yeah, that was bittersweet, man. But like I said, Max is definitely the dude you want to be in there with for your last fight because he's going to hoist you up on his shoulders and give you your respect. And like that's about like the best way. It's never going to like be fun. Like there's never going to be a good time to do it, but it's like, you know, went out like the absolute badass that he is. Just so true to form for the zombie. You know, bittersweet, but pretty fucking badass at the same time. Oh, dude, yeah, definitely an emotional week, man. For sure, dude. For the MMA community, man. The WWE universe just heavy, dude. Max came into that fight with a heavy heart. Just a heavy-hearted week, dude. For real. Dude, I had a fucking heavy heart. I haven't seen my dad in 5 years. I couldn't see him because of fucking this dumbass fucking disease or whatever the fuck it is. So yeah, man. Tough week emotionally, but dude, it like I said, good that it was Max, and he went out like if he's not going to win, that's kind of how you want him to go out, right? You don't want it to be just some drubbing where he just gets taken down and mauled for however long. It's like, no, he went out on his shield. He went into battle with Max, gave him all that he could fucking handle, left it all in the fucking octagon. I mean, he was putting it on Max too, dude. He was cracking Holloway. But yeah, man. So once again, just to wrap it all up, Chan, Thank you. Thank you for the badass performances, the badass fights. Like, every UFC fighter, take note, man. The dude's a throwback. They really don't make him like that anymore. There's not too many more fighters like Chan left. You just got to appreciate these guys while they're here, dude. Sucks that it's the last time we'll see him, but if you're going to go out, if you're going to come up short, you want it to be like that, and you want it to be against someone that's as highly thought of as Max. And like, that was a sweet fight, man. Like, it wasn't his night. He came up short, but like, he made it a fight for as long as it lasted. And looking back at his career, like, pretty fucking incredible. For not becoming champion and like coming up short, like, he's still a fucking top tier heavyweight, man. I mean, top tier featherweight. So yeah, once again, Chan, thank you. Cheers and salute to you. Wish you all the best in your post-fight career. Hey, man, I feel like there's a lot that up-and-coming Korean fighters and fighters in that region could learn from Chan Sung Jung. I mean, there's some things about him that you can't teach, but man, he is an incredible grappler. I feel like he could really show some of the younger, like I said, Korean, Chinese, Japanese fighters. Like, he can show some of those kids how to grapple. And yeah, you can't, like, there's some things you can't teach, but you can help people improve. I feel like he could help people, get more of an edge to them. I don't know. I feel like he could be very valuable as a teacher. Like, I feel like he could be an asset to the game still. But yeah, man, even if he just kicks back and just like enjoys his life, dude, he's earned it. Oh, Liam's grappling? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah, for sure. If that's what you're talking about, yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, shout out to Liam. I think Liam might be grappling, I think. Yep. There you go. Check him out. Liam going for that Gilly. 155 no gi. There you go. Get him, Liam. Pull that Gilly on him, dude. Take his fucking head off. So that is my Korean zombie appreciation segment. Thank you, Chan. Sucks that it has to be the last time, but that's how you want to go out, man. Just remind everyone what a badass you are. Yeah, definitely will never forget the zombie. So this isn't going to be a long preview, but nevertheless, going to touch on UFC Paris just for a second. Just at the 2 hour mark. Perfect. Won't be on much longer. Maybe this will be a 2.5-hour stream. We'll just see. We'll have to see. Excuse me. God damn it. There we go. That's the sound I'm listening for. All right. UFC Pally. Second time fight for France for that. Sail Elgan. French motions. One-man motions. Fighting Sergey Spivak. Decent main event. The card is littered with French prospects. Not a great card on paper. The main and co-main are okay, but those are both like middle to opening pay-per-view cards. For a fight night, it's fine. For a fight night, it's fine. On paper, though, I'm gonna give this card like a C-D. I have to, man. It's not that great of a card. That's like not the worst card I've ever seen, but like it's very prospect heavy. Not like if you are not a hardcore fan, why in the fuck would you watch this? It's only for the main event. You telling me you're not a hardcore fan and you're going to tune in for Benoit and Thiago Moises? They're going to sniff each other's butts for 3 rounds? Fotoland for this? You'll tune for that? No, baby. That's a no. You'll no do this. So, yeah. It is what it is, though. We've got fights going down in France. Second time ever, I think. So, yeah. That's where we're at in 2023. But the main and co-main is aight. Not bad. So, let's talk about it a little bit for a little less than half an hour. Sure. There you go. Nice, man. Check it out. All right, so it sounds like they will have me back Thursday. MMA Locker Room Talk podcast. Check it out. Shout out to the boys at Pub. Gomez and Lapalus fights might be off too, looking for new opponents. Yes, I heard that. And it's really irritating and fucking frustrating when you make a bet you make a parlay bet that has William Gomez in it, and then the fucking fight gets canceled. I don't know if it was Gomez or fucking who was he fighting? Fucking what was it? Almeida? Isn't that who's fighting? Lucas Almeida? Yeah, it was Lucas Almeida. I don't know if it was him or Almeida that pulled out, but god damn it, that line was really good on Gomez. He was just gonna fucking point fight / grapple control for 15 minutes and like win a clear 29-28 against Almeida, maybe 30-27. But he definitely wasn't going to lose because he's a French fighter in France and he fights pretty close. And Almeida has shitty grappling, like shitty takedown. He was just going to fucking win. And it was a nice line. It pisses me off because I had to fucking restructure my whole goddamn slate because of that. So I'm a little frustrated about that, if you can't tell. Sick. Well, dude, I appreciate it. Fuck yeah. I mean, I'm down, dude. My Thursdays are free, so hell yeah. Hell fuck yes. I'll be there. Tune in Thursday, boys. Indeed, indeed, it is a very Euro trash heavy card. Now that is not bad. Definitely don't mind the early. Now, see, that's money in the bank right there, dude. That is if you're gonna if it's gonna be an early card, that is perfect. Wake up, get the day started, just in time for fights. $11 a.m. Not bad, man. Not bad for a Saturday. Because it's stressful, dude. I mean, it's exciting. Fights at night are exciting, but then that makes Saturday just like I am just keyed up all fucking Saturday, dude. Just like I'm no good to the misses on Saturday before the fights. And she should like Saturday for her looking at me is just one big eye roll. It's like, God, you're not even here. So I do like earlier fights from time to time, get the fights over with, enjoy the rest of the day with the misses. So I like that. I like the earlier fights for a change. But yeah, we got UFC Paris. Let's look at this fight card. It is littered with Euro trash. I'm not saying like I'm above that. Like that is literally what I am. That's what my answer. I come from Euro trash. I have Euro trash ancestry, Euro mutt, but that's what we got. UFC Paris. It is all French, Irish, Swiss prospects. UFC schedule. Yeah, this is just one you have to be a hardcore fan or you're just not gonna give a motherfuck. And there's only a few that I'm really like getting up for. Like I think that potentially Basharat and Rodriguez could be a fun fight. Lusa and McKee could be or Losa and McKee could be a fun fight. I almost think those fights should be higher on the card. Like Lapalus and Gafarov, if Lapalus doesn't knock him out, I think that's going to be a fucking stinker. I don't know. I mean, I get why Lapalus is higher on the card. He's one of the more known fighters on the regional scene or whatever, the second tier organization scene. Like I've heard of Taylor Lapalus before. Doesn't he have a brother? But anyway, so that fight could be okay, but honestly, I think that could be a fucking stinker. Gomez Almeida would have been sweet, but not anymore. Ozdemir Guskov could get tasty if it's standing. So yeah, I'm mildly interested in that one. I think Benoit and Moises is going to end up being a fucking stinker. And the co-main and the main are pretty good. But it's really going to be just a couple fights that are keeping me interested in this card and like just a little bit of gambling. But from a fan's perspective, it's just like, yeesh. I agree. Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you. God damn it. So yeah, so we'll wait and see what happens there. Do you Noah, do you know if it was Almeida or I'm just being lazy. I can look the shit up myself too. But I just don't know if you knew offhand if it was Almeida or Gomez that pulled out, or if anybody else knows for that matter. I'm just wondering if like we're gonna see short notice for Lapilus and Gomez, if those are the two that could still fight. Dude, what if it is both of them, Lapilus could just fucking fight Gomez at a catch weight or something. What if they did that? That'd be sick. I mean, you know, you don't necessarily have to pit two French black men against each other, but hey, if it saves both fights on the card, ideally you want it to be a French dude versus someone else, like, but on the other hand, if they do make that fight, a Frenchman win regardless. Almeida pulled out looking for Gomez replacement. See, now that fucking pisses me off because it's like, didn't Almeida just fight not too long ago? So you take a short notice fight and then you fucking pull out of it. What the fuck? Right? There's no was that really a fucking like booked ahead of time fight, Gomez and Almeida? Because if not, that's bullshit. It's like, yeah, you're the hero and everyone loves you for taking short notice shit, but it's like, if you're not ready for it, then why are you fucking? It's just annoying. I don't know all the circumstances, but if that's what happened, that's kind of annoying. Oh well. So the co-main event. The co-main event is an interesting one. Manafila Rose Namajunas. We'll look at the rankings real quick. Now, this is flyweight, I believe, right? Or is it? This is what is kind of frustrating about the chick divisions. Because I always get confused between strawweight and flyweight because so many of them bounce back and forth between that. Like Andrade, Rose, they both kind of just like fluctuate between. Okay, it's flyweight. Okay. So Rose is moving up to flyweight to take on Fele. They're pretty much the same size. They have the same reach. Firo's like 2 inches taller. She's also 2 years older, which is interesting because, you think of some people think of Manon as this like young French prospect, contender, whatever. It's like she's not that young. I'm staying the fuck away from this fight. Spoiler alert, I'm not touching this fight. I'll tell you what I think about it in greater detail on Wednesday. So if you want to hear what I really, really think about this fight, you're going to have to tune into Aaron the Dog MMA on Wednesday. Subscribe to his channel, and check it out then. But it's an interesting fight. Let's see what the odds are. I know who's the favorite and the underdog. I just want to see what they're kind of sitting at. I remember Rose being a slight underdog, like plus 135, and Manon being like minus 180 or something. Best fight odds. What at? Yeah, she's like in the minus 175 to minus 200 range. Rose being anywhere from minus 145 to plus 170. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to get my thoughts until Wednesday on that one. But I am open to dishing on one of the other fights if y'all want to. Like, I'll talk about any other fight you really want. Like, you want to talk about Benoit, Moises, Volkan, and this new Uzbeki dude that he's fighting. I need to definitely. I've already made my bets. I already know who I'm betting on. I'm not going very heavy this week. This is going to be another light week, another 1 unit week for me. Did well with it last week. Only bet 1 unit, came out with 3. I'll take that every fucking week. But yeah, this is another light week for me. I just don't see a ton that's sticking out to me. Thus and so, I'm just going where I feel comfortable. The couple spots that I feel comfortable. And yeah, even if I lose it all, I'm still up more than I was last week going into this week. So that's fine with me. Yeah, I'm just not going to reach. I don't see a ton that's sticking out to me. Entertainment wise, betting wise, it's just, yeah, it's one of those. I want to see what I got with these prospects and bet on a couple fighters, a couple commodities, really not even kind of going out on a limb with one, but not really. But yeah, if you want to find out who I'm picking and betting, got to tune in Wednesday to Aaron the Dog, and then Thursday to the MMA Locker Room Talk podcast. But for right now, yeah, if you want to talk about any other fights, I'll give you, my thoughts, my pick, whatever. It's a good question.
You mean as far as like personality, or like talk about like Rose this week?
Exactly. New Poontang doesn't mean young Poontang. Yeah, it's weird, right? I think I'm going to stay the fuck away from that one too, dude. Yeah, let's talk about that one a little bit. I agree. So I did watch a little bit of what's his name? Guskov. Bogdan, what's called Bogdan. I watched a little bit of Bogdan highlight reel footage. Shout out to Fight Sport TV. That dude puts out great highlight videos of up and coming UFC fighters, usually like the week before they fight. Good highlight videos. I think it's always good to go back and watch those younger guys, either younger or debuting fighters. I feel like it's good to go back and watch their losses. But for the rest of it, I just like the highlight videos. It saves me some time. I like to go back and watch their losses, the entirety of those fights, and see how they lost. But the rest of it, wiki cap and highlight videos. So shout out to Fight Sport TV. And yeah, he looks like a good hammer. Like decent enough boxing, a little bit of head movement. The guys he's knocking out look like fucking slobs. Like Vulcan is definitely better than the dudes he's been beating. But like Noah said, why are they giving him a top 15 fighter in his fucking debut? So it kind of just makes me wonder, like, yeah, like let's think about this. Let's think about this for a second. Cheers. They're doing one of two things. Either they're giving Vulcan, they're throwing Vulcan a bone, or they're doing what they did with Jiri. Like, okay, I think we got a legit prospect here. How do you fast track him? Not got a dude like Vulcan. A dude that's been in there, fought for a title, fought former champions, knocked out some decent opponents, fought a lot of high level competition. I could see it being like, I think you can make an argument for either one of those. Either they're giving Vulcan a dude that's not on his level that he can beat, or they're fast tracking who they think is a new prospect. I don't really know. But I think they're doing one of those two things because it doesn't make sense otherwise. If they don't think that this dude is worth a fuck, like, then it's definitely throwing Vulcan a bone and just crush him. But I don't know. Maybe it's somewhere in between. Maybe they're thinking, okay, if this dude is legit, he'll beat Vulcan. If he's not, Ozdemir will crush him. So it's kind of like they're either doing one or the other. I don't know. I don't really know. But yeah, the booking is a little weird unless they're doing that. Kind of just makes me think it's one or the other. Like, hey, got a European card, central, like European, Eurasian prospect, whatever. See what we got here. Hey, Vulcan's a European gatekeeper type dude. I'm sure it's way easier for his friends and family in Switzerland to get to London than fucking Vegas, you know? So I would think that Vulcan will have the crowd behind him. That's another thing with the Lusa fight too. I wonder who people like. You would think they're probably going to be pulling for McKee, right? You would think, but I don't know. Ireland's on the far side of England, so maybe who is actually? I mean, France, Switzerland's right there. Yeah, I don't know. In the Lusa McKee fight, like who's the crowd going to be behind? In the I mean, the crowd will probably be behind Vulcan. Vulcan's way more proven commodity. Switzerland's right there. People don't even really know who the fuck Bogdan is. So yeah, but in the Lusa McKee fight, I'm wondering who the people are going to be pulling for. Because Skeletor is kind of known in Cage Warriors, and Lusa, did he fight in Cage Warriors too? I don't know, but yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I don't, maybe on paper, stylistically, it's kind of similar to Jiri. I just think, like, I don't think this dude's Jiri. And if you look at the dudes that he's been beating, they're not Vulcan. Like, Vulcan doesn't have the best chin, though. And he likes to bang. But I don't know. I'm going to probably pick Vulcan. I'm just not going to bet it. But I mean, it is kind of like a pick your poison. Kind of like the line. It's not the same, but it reminds me kind of like the cheaty Mikhail line. Like whichever side you're on, you're probably not going to turn your nose up at that money line. Like if you really like Vulcan and think he gets it done, like that's not a bad parlay piece. If you really like Ozdemir, like you're getting him at a decent price. Like on paper, that he should probably be more favored than this, but I understand why he's not. On the other side, like yeah, like if you're like low on Ozdemir and you're like he's done. Some people don't like Vulcan. I've always been a little higher on him, maybe a little more high than I should be. For that reason, I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm being a little biased. My Vulcan bias is coming through, so I'm passing. I'll just tell you that right now. I'm passing on this fight. But I was tempted to bet Vulcan. I sure was. And I don't like, if you like Guskov and you think Vulcan's done, like, he fits the bill of dudes that beat Ozdemir anymore, really. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of what I think. But yeah, co-main event, main event. I'm gonna save the juicy shit for Wednesday. But is there anything else we can talk about real quick before I get the fuck out of here? If not, I'm just gonna skedaddle. Let's talk a little bit about. I'm not going to give my pick, but let me talk a little bit about, because I really haven't made up my mind. This is one of the ones where I'm really struggling with this. I think I made up my mind with Vulcan. I think I'm going with Vulcan, but Benoit and Thiago Moises, that is one of the fights where I just cannot make up my fucking mind. I think you can make an argument for either dude. If it hits the cards, dude, if this fight hits the cards and you're holding a Thiago Moises ticket, you are going to be fucking sweating. Your grundle is going to be like the fucking Peruvian rainforest. You are going to be sweating, Bo. Man, I don't know. I can't make up my mind, dude. Moises is way more proven, but Benoit's a fucking dog. On the feet, it's pretty even. Neither one are the best strikers. They're both grapplers. Moises, I would say his jiu-jitsu's better, but like Benoit overall grappling, I don't know, man. It is Pali, it is flans for this. Go for the cards. Oh, holy shot for this. You go for the cards. Moises ticket. Oh, the baby. You're holding this for the wait for the fight, for who's win for the fight. Judges for this. Oh my god. Holy shit. I'm no want for the Thiago Moises ticket for that. I'm no say for the bet Benoit, but I'm just saying, like, I would not, if it goes to the cards, you are going to be sweating if you're holding a Thiago ticket. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. I think the stand-up's pretty close. If you want to say one way or the other, I'm fine with it. Like, I just don't have a strong argument either way. I think he probably has a little bit more power. I'll give Benoit the edge in power. I think he's got a little bit more heart. I'll say that too. Chin? Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. But I know, well, I don't know if he had. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and say I think he has a little bit more heart. I think he's a little bit more violent. I'll say that too. I think Moises is a little bit more of a slick grappler. And and like I said, probably has more refined jiu-jitsu. But if you ask me who I think is a little meaner, who's a little more violent, more raw, but I think I would give the edge to Benoit. I don't know, man. I could see Moises like, man, if Moises gets on top of him, if it's Moises having his way in the grappling, I struggle to see how Benoit doesn't get choked. So that's why it's like I just don't know, man. This is a close fight. Really, really close fight. I am actually looking forward to this one. Potentially. Because like I said earlier, man, this could be if they're just like grappling, it could be a snoozer. Just don't know what to make of it. This could be a really fucking boring fight. Could be a good fight. Moises could win. Benoit could win. I don't fucking know here. Intriguing matchup. I just don't fucking know how I feel about it as far as which side I'm on. I mean, yeah, dude, he has probably killed some African terrorists at close range. He's probably killed men at close range with his combat knife. I'll say that. His French special forces, his fight in Northern Africa, fight terrorist, Boko Haram. He's killed these guys for that. Holy shit. He's received medal accommodation for combat service for this. I mean, he's a bad dude. Like, I'm not going to be one to hold a Benoit ticket if Thiago Moises ends up on top of him. Because Thiago Moises, his jiu-jitsu is fucking nice. That's the one thing where I'm like, oh, that Benoit line doesn't look bad, but dude, like, there's definitely value on Moises as an underdog. It's just if it hit the card, oh my God, baby, if this one hit the card, holy shit. Holy shit. And yeah, you ain't getting nothing in the main event. You got to tune in Wednesday. That's all I got for you on that, boys. And you know what? I think it's about all I got, period. I think I'm just about done. I think I'm just about done with this fucking stream. It's been a pretty good one, though, man. Let me get this song ready. I'll just get straight to the point. Just nip this motherfucker in the bud. Well, boys, that's another one in the books. Made it all the way through. That's my 2 cents on UFC Singapore. Little UFC Palais preview for that. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I want to thank everyone that came through. Appreciate the support, man. There were 10 people in here last week. We got close. Want to just keep it going, man. That's going to be my goal. Get 10 people in this building. But, man, I appreciate everyone that did come through today. Hope you all have a great week. Best of luck. Like I said, Wednesday. You want to know what I think about the co-main and the main event and the rest of this card? Tune in Wednesday to Aaron the Dog MMA. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't. Solid dude. Kick-ass gambler. Kick-ass human being. You know, it's a good time, man. tune in, see if we can clean up once again this week, breaking down UFC Paris. Thursday, it looks like your boy will be guest appearing once again on the MMA Locker Room Talk podcast. So make sure you check that out once it airs. It's usually later on Thursday. They're late Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. So shout out to those boys. I didn't win the contest, but I remain undeterred. I'm going to get that motherfucking Pub Sports Radio UFC prediction contest black belt. I'm going to get it. You need 3. I done 1, 2. So make sure y'all sign up for that. It's free. You can win money. You can brag, which is my favorite thing to do. But yeah, man. Shout out to the boys at Pub. Shout out to the motherfucking Dome. Last but certainly not least, the homies make up the vast majority of my audience. Shout out to the Dome. What else is there? Shout out to the Korean Zombie, man. Thank you, Chan Sung Jung, for all the badass memories. Thank you, Max Holloway, for being such a stand-up dude and one of the best guys you can lose to. Yeah, man. That's about all I got, boys. Tune in Wednesday to Aaron Dog. Tune in Thursday to the Pub Podcast. Friday, I will be back on this channel, probably to do a ceremonial pregame. I have no idea when the fucking weigh-ins are going to be, and I probably won't know until Thursday. So just be on the lookout for that. I'll let you know. I'll drop it in the Dome or whatever. But yeah, man, y'all have a great week. Best of luck with putting your slates together. And yeah, that's all I got. It's been just my 2 cents. Catch you boys on the next one. Peace.